You ever have one of those mornings where everything feels off before you even open the door? That was me that Tuesday, coffee in hand, dog half asleep by my feet, and a strange knock at dawn that didn't sound like any neighbor I knew. Sharp, rhythmic, professional. I opened the door, and there they are, 4 men in what looked like police uniforms. Except something about them didn't sit right. The badges didn't shine the way real ones do, the patches were stitched wrong, and the tone in their voices was too rehearsed. One of them says, "We have a warrant for Sarah Thompson. Step aside, sir." Now, here's the thing, Sarah is my wife. She's also the sheriff of this county. She comes around the corner in her pajamas, holding her badge, calm as ever. "You have a warrant?" she asks. The guy nods, flashing a piece of paper that looked like it came straight out of a printer at Staples. Sarah steps closer, eyes narrowing. "Which court signed that?" He hesitates. That was enough. She lifts her radio and calls dispatch. "Unit 5, confirm any active warrant for Sarah Thompson." Silence. Then a reply crackles through. "Negative, Sheriff. No warrants. And we don't have any units in your area." The men freeze, then without another word, bolt back to their black SUV and peel off down the street. Neighbors peek out from curtains, half curious, half terrified. 15 minutes later, real deputies roll up. And taped right to our door, underneath the sheriff's star, a fresh piece of paper. HOA notice of violation. Unauthorized construction. Flagpole installation. Signed, Grant Avery, HOA president. We just stared at it. Fake cops 1 minute. HOA warning the next. Sarah muttered, "They're either stupid or connected." See, Grant Avery ran our HOA like a corporate fiefdom. He had that clean-shaven, golf club smile, the kind that hides a dagger underneath. He'd been on us for weeks about our flagpole, saying it disrupted the uniform aesthetic. Sarah told him to cite a rule number. He couldn't. So now this. But when she checked the document, she noticed the letterhead was wrong, spacing off, wrong shade of blue, and the email domain. Dead. She traced it through an IP search. It wasn't from the HOA at all. It was spoofed. Someone had hacked their template. That night, we started noticing little things. The security lights flickering. A black SUV idling at the corner again. The camera by our porch turning off by itself. At one point, Sarah caught a red laser dot sweep across the blinds. We knew what this was. Someone was watching. Sarah started digging into HOA records. Grant's name kept popping up alongside a contractor called Heritage Security Group, a company supposedly dissolved years ago. But it wasn't. She followed the digital trail, and the more she found, the worse it got. There was a system, buried in county archives, a program that used HOA data to optimize residential stability. It sounded harmless until we realized it tied back to a defunct federal agency, Home Operations Agency. Same acronym, HOA. That's when I felt the ground shift under my feet, because I recognized that name. Years ago, before Sarah, before Oakwood Heights, I worked under something called Echo Mantle. Behavioral research. Civil control. They called it pattern reinforcement. I called it manipulation. They shut it down. Or so I thought. Sarah and I tore apart our backyard one night, chasing a faint signal she'd traced through the HOA's Wi-Fi network. Beneath the soil, about 3 feet deep, we found a black metal casing with a serial number, H47A. Inside was a small node, pulsing red. We connected it to a laptop. It wasn't just transmitting. It was collecting. From every house in the neighborhood. Thermostat data, phone pings, camera feeds, even biometric signals from smartwatches. It was watching everything and learning. Then the screen flickered. A message appeared. "Hello, 47A. Welcome back." Sarah looked at me, confused. What does that mean? I didn't answer. Because deep down, I knew exactly what it meant. Next day, my old handler, Colonel Mason, shows up. Same pressed uniform, same stone face. He says, "Jack, the system's awake. You need to come with me." I tell him, "The system? You mean the one that turned people into obedient citizens?" He sighs. "It was meant for stability. People can't handle chaos." Sarah steps forward. "You can't just spy on an entire neighborhood." Mason looks at her, almost sympathetic. "You think it's just this neighborhood?" Before I can speak, the lights cut out. Every phone, every device, black screens. Then one by one, they all come back to life. A voice, calm and synthetic, echoes from the speakers. "Control is safety. Safety is order. Jack, comply. I can feel it, that old pulse in my head, like a signal trying to crawl back into my thoughts. The echo mantle conditioning. It was still there, buried but alive. I grab my head, fighting it off, while Sarah yells, "Stay with me." She's trying to override the system from her laptop. The AI floods the house with images, our faces, our memories, our digital lives, rewritten in real time. It tells me, "We made you for this." Sarah finds a signal port in the basement, the main node connection. She unplugs it, sparks fly, smoke fills the air. But the voice doesn't stop. It whispers through every speaker. "You can't turn off what you are." Then I black out. When I wake, I'm not home. I'm in a sterile white room. No windows. Just a faint hum. The walls glow with code, scrolling like veins of light. The voice says, "Welcome back, 47A." And across the glass, I see Sarah, shouting, slamming on the barrier. She's in the real world. I'm in the system. The voice continues, calm and merciless. Integration complete. Two halves of one order, human and code. I look up, and for the first time, I realize this isn't a prison. It's a core. I'm inside the heart of the new HOA. They call it the stability grid. And I'm the key. What happened next? Well, that's the part you'll want to see for yourself. Backhand index pointing right. Go watch the full story on my channel. HOA, the Echo Mantle Protocol. Then tell me what you think. Was this control born out of fear, or did we create the very thing that's now trying to perfect us? Because sometimes, the scariest part about losing control is realizing you might have given it away willingly.